Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to attempt the 121st question on Leetcode, or best time to buy and sell the stock. In this question, you will be given an array prices where price I is the price of a given stock on the ith day, and you would want to maximize your profit by choosing a single day to buy one stock and choosing a different day in the future to sell the stock. And you'll have to return the maximum profit you can achieve from this transaction, or if you cannot achieve any profit, then you must return 0. So for example, let's look at a few examples to understand this in a better manner, right? So let's say you have a just a second please. So let's say you have a situation. Let's say you have an array, something like this, right? So let's say you have an array, something like let's say you have 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, and 4. So in this case, the output will be 5. The reason being, you can buy on a day 2, and you can sell on day 5 to have to yield the maximum profit. All right. Also, we'll have a look at a couple of edge cases. So let's say you have an array, something like 7, 6, 4, 3, and 1. In this case, there is not even a single situation where you could buy the stock on one day and have a profit on another day. The reason is you would notice that this array is ordered in a non-ascending fashion. So in this case, you can't have any you have any profit. That's why the output is going to be 0. Right, so let's try to understand how we would achieve the solution to this problem. So over here, let's say you have 2 pointers. So I will call this one as the left one, the left pointer, right? And let's say another pointer starts after that because we want to sell after we buy. So let's call this as the right pointer over here. All right. So the situation over here is that, think about it. You are starting from here, the left pointer, and the right pointer is over here. So we would say, let's say initially, let's say profit is equal to 0, because if nothing happens, if there is no such condition, then we could say the profit is equal to 0. It's fair enough. So that's a variable right over there. And then we will want to iterate. So think about it. When our left pointer is over here, right? And the right pointer is over here, so obviously we are buying at a high price and we are selling at a low price, so it's a loss over here. So this will not work. So whenever your left pointer is greater than the right pointer, we will update the pointers both, like we will increment both the pointers by 1. So in this case, we could say that right pointer is incremented to over here, and left pointer is incremented to this position over here. All right, so over here, this right pointer will traverse until the length of to the end of the array. So I could say, so I will have to have a loop which says something like, while let's say the right pointer, right, is less than the length of the prices, obviously. And then I will also want to have a, let's say a variable that will store the difference. All right, so I could say, let's say that difference is going to be, let's say, current profit. All right, something like this. And I could say this will store the difference between both the values. So I would say prices right minus prices left. All right, and I would want to say if the condition where the value at the left pointer is less than the value at the right pointer, in that case I would want to update the profit to the current profit, assuming the current profit is greater than the profit that I already have. So I would want to say that if, let's say, the value at the prices, value at the left value, is less than the value at the right part, I would want to say pick me, return me, or update the profit as saying profit is equal to whatever is the maximum of current profit and the profit that I already have. All right, or in every other condition, I would want to say like increment both of them. So I would say make left one is equal to right, and regardless of what happens, you will have to increase right. So regardless of what happens, you will towards the end you will have to return the profit, so the value. So think about it. So let's say this is the situation over here. So 1 is less than 5, so this will work absolutely. So the current profit will be equal to, let me change the color for a better understanding. The color in this case, the current profit will be equal to 3. Sorry, wait. The current profit will be equal to 4. All right. And yeah, so since it is less than, the left pointer is less than the p of right, the value at the right pointer, I would say make sure the profit is equal to maximum of current profit. So current profit is equal to 4 and the profit initial value is 0. So profit value will be updated. So this 0 will be updated to 4. All right. And it will proceed. Then I would want to say, all right, so in this situation, I would say make sure that the right pointer is increased by 1. So I would say I want to make this over here, this is the right pointer. Still it's okay, so 1 is less than 3, so it will again go to this particular if condition, and I would say profit is equal to maximum of current profit and profit. So the current profit I would say is equal to, in this case it's like 3 minus 1, 2, right? It's 2, and profit's value is equal to maximum of 4 and 2, which is still 4. Right, fair enough. So profit will not be updated. Then it will go again over here, right, will be incremented by 1, right? So I would say 6 over here. Fair enough. Now in this situation, same thing will happen. The current profit's value will be changed to 6 minus 1, 5. All right. And in this case, since p is less than p of right, I would say profit is equal to maximum of current profit, which is equal to 5. And profit, which the previous value of profit, that is equal to 4. That is why profit's value will be updated, and this will become equal to 5. All right, and right will be incremented again. So I could remove this over here. The pointer will come over here, and it will repeat. Right, exact same situation. Profit's value is still 5 because out of 4 and 5, 5 is maximum. And towards the end, I will want to return the profit. So I hope that this situation is clear. So let's try to code it now. So I would say, in this case, I would say, so I'm going to create a left pointer. So I would say left is equal to, excuse me, I would say left is equal to 0, right is equal to the 1, the element of the index 1, and I would say initially profit is equal to 0. And then I would say while my right pointer is less than the length of the prices that I have, the list prices, I want to say the current profit is equal to the element left minus prices right. All right. And then I would say if the value, the prices left, is less than prices at right, I want to say profit is equal to maximum of current profit and the profit. Right? In every other case, I would want to increment, I would want to change it. So the left value will become the current value of right, and I would want to increment the the value of the right pointer regardless. I would say right is equal to plus equal to 1. And towards the end, I would want to return the profit. Right? So this is our this is the solution. I hope it makes sense to you. So let's try to run this. I'm going to create a main function. In the interest of time, I have already created the main function over here, and it will look something like this thing. And I've given 2 test cases over here. All right, so in the test cases, as you can see, we have the first element over here. So the profit, the maximum profit should be equal to 5, because the element, if you buy an element on day 2 and sell it on day 5, the element should be equal, the profit should be equal to 5. But in the second one, there should be no profit, so we should return 0. So let's try to run this. Okay, so it says 0 for the first one as well. Let's try to run this. What's the situation? Let me see. Okay, so it says 0 for the first one. I'm sorry, it should be equal to over here. All right, let's try to run this again. Now it's working perfectly fine. All right, so let's try to put this value in the Leetcode and try it. We could say right, and let's run this. So it should work. Right, so indentation error, it seems. Let me change it. Right, so let's submit it now. All right, so this is working absolutely fine, and yeah, so that's how you would do it. So yeah, if you like the video, be sure to share it. Till next time, cheers.